Hi guys, so welcome to the Acceleration Intensive webinar. I will need you to sort of just confirm you are now on board. I'm very excited to have you in. Like you might know, my name is Debola Dejikurumi, and I'm the founder of Immerse Inner Circle, which has been the host of Acceleration Intensive. Thank you for all the great feedback that you've given us about your experience at the intensive. And the main goal for the webinar today is to show you a game plan for how you can begin to really move your life forward, as well as convert some of the things you have learned in the intensive into actionable steps that you can begin to take. So help me confirm that sound is great, you can see me clearly, and you are now on board. So I'll be excited to have you say something through your chat box to just let me know what is happening on your side and if we are all good to go today. So just type in and let me know that you are now on board and we'll be ready to begin the webinar. So who is now live with me? Let's see. Okay. I'm just going to begin and expect some of us to join. Fantastic. Thank you so much for getting on board. Bodam Taiwo is in, Oluwaseun Omidiji is in, Mojisola Babatune is in. I'm excited to have you guys and thank you for the feedback that the audio is great. You can see me clearly. Welcome Amarachi, Omolola, Kibati, Tolope, Omoshefunmi, Fumbi, Oyebolu, Damilola is in, Tolu Bamigboje is in. Amarachi, thank you. Fumbi, thank you. Mojisola Folayan. Great, my family members are on board and I'm definitely so excited to be able to host this webinar for you guys and with you guys. And I look forward to a definitely great time. Tommy is in. Eunice Adeniran, thank you. Dara Jayola, thank you. Mojisola Fagade, thank you so much. And of course, so many people are still going to join. I might not be immediately able to welcome you by mentioning your name, but be sure that I'm just so excited to have you on board and I want to do this with you. So a few housekeeping before we get on board. This should run for between 1 hour and about 1 hour 15 minutes. I hope that we can really make it work within that timeline, especially for a number of you who are in commute and you might be getting home to do some other things with your family. This is definitely going to be valuable, and in a few minutes, I'm also going to be sharing with you what today would be about. Let me also say that I have a board in front of me, 3 different things that I'm going to be looking at from time to time. So don't feel like I'm distracted. I'm right here with you, and we're definitely going to be having such an epic experience together, okay? So a few housekeeping, we run for about an hour. Oshams, who is my very beloved member of staff, is also in the office, just the 2 of us today, this happy Wednesday. So this is shout out to you for the sacrifice and, for coming over to the office. I will be taking questions at the end and not in the beginning. Buki Ogunwale, I can see you. Thank you. Welcome. Moradin is in. I wish you greater strength. Moradin, thank you for coming on board. Ogochukwumosu, thank you so much, guys. Mojola Ajayi. So it's going to run for 1 hour or a bit over 1 hour. We will take questions at the end. So as I go along, if you have any questions, just type it in. Oshams is taking notes of your questions. And when we come to the end of the session, I'm going to be able to review some of those questions with you. Like I said, I have 3 boards in front of me. So from time to time, I'm going to have to be lifting my face from the screen, but I'm absolutely not distracted. I'm here with you. If you get a chance, you can take notes on your journal, or you can write on your phone, or whatever other material you can. But more importantly, when we are done today, I really want to encourage you to go over the replay and to think about the insights I'm going to be sharing with you today and how they really apply to your life so that you can do business with them. Thank you for Lakemi Bakari. So excited to have you on board too. Okay, please have your phones not distracting you. You can set it to silent so that you're not distracted in the course of the webinar. Okay, let me talk to you a little bit about the next very important part of this webinar that you have to be clear on. I am going to be painting scenarios for you of a certain, of a number of things that could be happening in your life right now. If any of these resonate with you, it's likely, very likely that this webinar is going to be of tremendous benefit to you, right? So I'm going to be showing you a few scenarios of the things that I see happening in the lives of women on the basis of a number of years of coaching. And I believe that, you know, some of the insights I will share with you today will definitely really apply and will be useful if you see yourself in any of the scenarios. Scenario number one, you know there is more inside of you, or that there is more to your life. You are currently in this place where you are yearning for more. You know in your heart that I'm definitely made for more. And this has got to be, this is not all there is to life. This is not all there is to existence. This is not all there is to fulfilling purpose. And you feel that nudging in your heart. So you are in what I call a measure of creative dissatisfaction. There's a certain type of tension going on in your heart, and you're saying to yourself, people might even think that you're doing okay. Your spouse might be like, you're actually doing okay. Your parents might be like, you're doing okay. But right in your heart, you just do know that there is more to you and there is more to the life you can be living. This webinar is for you and it's going to be of tremendous value. Second, you have big ideas and a great vision, but you are sort of not doing anything significant with it. And I meet women like this a lot. People who say to me, GDK, it's been 6 years that this big idea has been with me, or it's been 4 years, or it's been 2 months, or whatever. I have had this idea about what I want to do and how I want to impact a certain sector. Some people are sitting on the transformative roadmap for, let's say, healthcare in Nigeria, or public primary education in Nigeria, or waste management for Africa, or, you know, I mean, whatever big idea, agriculture, environment, energy, whatever it is that God has put it in your heart to do. Some of you have been called to ministry. Some of you have books on your inside. Some of you have a coaching assignment to teenagers, to women. Some of you have a healing work to do for those who are emotionally bruised. So there are all kinds of scenarios here. Dorothy, so good to see you also. And thank you, Ogochukwumosu, who says, nice office space. Thank you very much. So if you're also in that space in your life where you have these big ideas and this very exciting vision bubbling in your heart, but you feel like you haven't done anything significant with it, or you don't know how to really craft an execution roadmap to move forward into the doing part, this is going to be useful for you. If you're also in a place where you want to know how to move from knowing to doing, you're smart, you read books, you attend seminars, and you're just so full of knowledge, but you're saying, how do I really get into the doing part? How do I really change my life and the outcomes in my life? This is going to be useful for you. Also, if you feel like my life is great, my marriage is great, my career is growing well, my business is taking off, I feel really good about where I am, but I want an upgrade. Yes, then I'm definitely the woman who should be talking to you, because I step into every new year feeling like I've done epic things last year. I'm so proud of my journey with God, but there's got to be more. So I want the upgrade, and then I get into the business of stepping into that upgrade. So if that's you, if you're having any great people around you look at you and they look up to you, but you're saying, I want to step into an upgrade, because there are always greater levels of growth, of experience and contribution that is possible in a person's life, then this is also going to be useful for you. And let's say you're in a place where you lack clarity and a sense of direction, and you're not exactly sure what you should be doing with your life, where you should be heading, who you should be rolling with, and you just want to know how to really gain a greater level of clarity. This is also going to be very useful for you. So in overall, let me know if you found yourself in one of the categories, and if you haven't, you can even write that out and say, DK, this is some sort of pressing need in me. Okay, Tony Akinlade, my beloved friend, thank you for diving in and for being here. Nene Oche, great. She says, mine is I want to move from knowing on to doing. I'm excited to have you on board. So I've shared with you a number of scenarios, 5 scenarios about where women are generally in their lives. And if you're in any of these places, I'm definitely so excited to do business with you and to help you get to what is possible and what is next in your life. Okay. So what are we going to be learning today? It's simple, it's straightforward. I want to show you a three-pronged pathway that can help you get into moving your life forward, basically. I want to show you three broad categories, that you can begin to activate in your life deliberately that will definitely move you into experiencing upgrades and growth and transformation and help you make better contribution in your life. Okay, Amarachi says, I'm here for greater clarity. Mojola Jai says, I found myself in more than one of the scenarios. Fantastic. So I'm your woman and, we're going to do good business together, right? Falake Bakari says, I am stuck at vision and I want to move from vision to achieving. Yes, absolutely. That's so great. So Diola says, I'm ready to absorb. So good. Fantastic. Okay. So Darcy says, you are even mentioning them one for what. I have three scenarios and you're mentioning them one for one. What for what? I'm excited about that, right? So what are we going to learn? Basically, I want to show you three core pathways that have to begin to work together in your life if you're going to move your life forward. Let me say already that a lot of things I'm going to be sharing with you today, they are so simple, it's almost unbelievable. You know them, but you're not doing them, or you don't know them at the level that you need to do them, right? But if you allow me into your space, into your mind, and you don't put up the walls like, they are here again, what do they want to say to me? If you keep an open mind, I'm going to stir thoughts in you that as you take further and begin to question and think about, you'll be blown as to the kind of insights that will come to you. I'm not sharing with you stuff that I read up really. I'm sharing with you an organic, homegrown framework that has come from years, about 5 years of coaching women and several more years of counseling them before it became, a lot more organized in the way that I'm using it with you now, right? So 3 pathways that if you begin to put together systematically in your life and work with will move your life forward. I can count on it. It's moved my life forward. It's moved the lives of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of women's lives forward. And if you begin to pay attention to these things, you're going to see real growth in your life. You're going to see real transformation in your life, right? Why am I doing this? I get asked all the time. Why am I doing this? Why do I have these conversations with women? Why do I spend money investing in knowledge and research just to be able to provide roadmaps that can truly help women get transformed? First is because I have seen real results in my own life. I've seen results in my finances, results in my platforms, results in my community, results in my marriage, my family. Like I've seen big results. So I'm like, why should I keep this a secret? This year alone, across one business stream, I have made over $100,000. And I'm not even kidding, So why? Why can't you have that? You can have that. You don't have to stuck and broke and, angry and frustrated. So my first big reason for doing what I do is because I see results in my own life and I believe they are accessible to other women, right? My second big reason for doing what I do and then being on this webinar with you is because I am a born equiper. I'm a born teacher. This is what I do for a living. I don't have to be paid to pass on knowledge that can create transformation. The third reason I do this is since 2014, my organization, Immerse Coaching Company, has helped transformed and graduated over 15,000 women across 11 countries. So I have seen the proofs that come from transformation. When a woman gets transformed, she truly changes her life, changes her community, and I want to be part of your transformation. That's why I do what I do, right? So I'm going to now go into the heart of this webinar, and I need you to just type up a few yeses, like, yes, let's go. Type it up and let me know that you're ready to dive into the heart of the webinar today. Who's ready? Let's talk about it. Put it up there. Say, yes, let's go. Just give me a bit of your ginger and I will get on into the heart. Yes, yes, good, good. Kemi says, yes, yes. Marian, I know Oluwapelumi, Morenike Sanusi, Nene Oche, Bolanle Y, Favor, thank you. Shayo Adeleke, Folakem Bakari. People say I'm so ready, so why not? I'm ready to. Let me now take you, again, I'm going to move to a different board, so I might be looking up and coming back to you, but I'm here with you, I got you. Let's now go into the 3 pathways. I want to share with you, I already have this very interesting framework that I teach within Doability, but I'm going to bring it home and I'm going to be explaining what it really means for you. I want to show you 3 things, 3 pathways that have to begin to work together in your life if you're going to be able to execute the 7 M's. You know, we shared the 7 M's for an extraordinary life. We talked about mind power, we talked about meaning, we talked about message, we talked about mastery, we talked about moves, money, and ministry. And I said to you that these M's are like levers, meaning they hold the foundation of any extraordinary thing you do with your life. And I said that significance is accessible. A life of success and significance is accessible. You don't have to keep looking at people that you imagine to be superstars or celebrities and just feel like their world and their reality is so different from you. And you can step into your own upgrades and your own epic possibilities, right? So the Extraordinary Life Matrix is where I've shared with you all through Acceleration Intensive 7 M's, 7 significant levers that sort of carry and act as a foundation, a seven pathway foundation for an extraordinary life. And what I started to show you through the models and working with the amazing women who are sharing their own stories is that if you start to pay attention to each of these M's, you are going to sort of begin to experience I love you too, Naomi Destiny. Thank you. You're going to sort of begin to experience in your life the right energy, the right knowledge. You know, and you're going to begin to grow into significance in your life in your own way. Now, if you've ever asked the question at any point during Acceleration Intensive, okay, I hear you. I know now. How can I do? Or you ever said to yourself, while I was watching these models, I felt like some of these things, I have heard them before. Some of these things, I believe in them, but why can't I really transfer that into real action in my life? Why can't I just do it? Why can't I just get into the place where I'm seeing this thing visibly in my life? Yeah? Let's say you ask that question. I now want to show you what will trigger stepping into these 7 M's. You say to yourself, DDK, I know. I took the assessment. You said I was in survival, or I was in stretch, or I was weak, wherever I said you were, and you're saying, okay. I really now want to start to work with the levers for an extraordinary life. I want to step into significance. I want to move my life forward. I'm now serious. I'm going to show you 3 pathways to start to move your life forward. You've heard some of these things before, but you don't know how powerful they are. They are my secrets. They are the secrets of several other women. And if I get a chance, I'm going to take you through a case study or 2 of women who have changed their lives, literally everyday women who worked with me and who were part of the Immerse Inner Circle and basically changed their lives. I want to beg you again, please keep an open mind. I beg you, don't say, I've heard this thing before. This is not new stuff. Don't do that. I'm going to be showing you pathways that can get you to moving in the direction of results. If you start to fix this thing, and I'm going to show you how I want to help you to fix it. If you start to fix these things, you're going to be amazed at how your life will change. I'm telling you, 30 days, and people will start to say you're a different human being. 30 days, I'm telling you. And that's how you step into upgrades, right? So there are 3 core pathways. And under each, I'm going to share with you 5 things that you have to start to pay attention to, right? And it can really help you get into moving in your life. No more slow motion, no more stalling, no more, tired and frustrated and out. You will start to move, right? You will begin to move. 3 core pathways. The first, simple, self-knowledge. And this is where you begin to take note. The first, self-knowledge. The second, systematic action. The third, synergistic relationships, right? And I'm going to break what it's about down. I'm not for the big English. I just need broad titles to work with, right? But I'm going to break it down for you. Self-knowledge, systematic action, synergistic relationships. Self-knowledge, systematic action, synergistic relationships. What is likely is that you are strong on one, but you are weak on two, or you are strong on two and you're weak on one, or you are weak on all three, right? And even if you have in different measures a level of success in each of the areas, the more you upgrade each of these pathways, the more you experience, the success you're looking for, and you start to see changes in your life, right? Let me talk to you about self-knowledge as pathway one for moving your life forward. As long as you joke with these things, thank you, Amarachi, for writing out. As long as you joke with these things, you are going to know so much, but you will not be so much. Let me tell you what, you require a certain science in your life that is like a funnel. When you get new knowledge, you must pass that science. You must pass the knowledge through that science in your life before it begins to produce result for you. Let me tell you why this is true. Everyone right now is going to be in this webinar listening to the same kind of information, but their results will be different because everyone is passing the same knowledge through different funnels in their lives. I want to show you the right type of funnel for you to pass things through so that they can start to work for you, right? This is the science that you must create, an architecture that you must create in your own life if you're going to see the results you're looking for. Let me tell you what, results are not going to be haphazard. They are not just going to show up. Results are not magical. Results are products of deliberate steps that you take, but it doesn't have to be difficult if you know what you're doing and how you're doing it, right? So these three pathways can become the funnel through which you process knowledge in your life, and you can start to see the kind of results you're looking for. So let's start with self-knowledge. Now, it will shock you that even though women have a lot of intuition, a new research that came out, I think, 2018 by a university in the US, and I could get that out for you, says that even though women have a lot of intuition, women are actually weak at self-knowledge. Men seem to be doing stronger with self-knowledge, and that is why they seem to be able to excel at corporate careers. So what does self-knowledge really say? If you are going to move your life forward, you must know you so well. So well. You are not an accidental abstraction. You are not just a nothingness floating on the earth. You are an entity, a being. For some of you, you lived on the earth for 30 years. Some of you, 30 plus years. Some of you, 40 plus years. And in that period, you have solidified as an entity with distinct character, as an entity with distinct attributes, as an entity with distinct triggers. Unless you begin to treat yourself with a measure of science, you are not going to get the results you're gunning for. What I mean by this is, there is a way that I know myself, that I can leverage that knowledge of myself to produce results in my life that make my outcomes very predictable and definite. Let me give you an easy example. So I got into writing my latest book, right? It was a literally impossible task, but it was a burden God put in my heart, like, this book has to get out. So when I was done with the Bible school, which we recently held, I got into the process of writing this book. I basically had less than a month to push the book out. So after I took a little break from all the hard work of the Bible school, I said, now let's get into writing this book. By that time, I had maybe 3.5 weeks to begin to write the book, right? I knew that this book had to get out by the 26th of October. It had to be launched. And I said to myself, how can I leverage the knowledge of who I am, my emotions, how I work, my motivations, when my mind is sharpest, my energy sources, my strength cycle, what environment or ecology facilitates my most creative self? These are questions women cannot answer, but they are questions I know clearly that I can answer because I've studied myself like a school or like a course. Do you understand this? So I leveraged self-knowledge. People want execution, and I'm still coming to that, but there's no execution without self-knowledge. People say to me, Didiki, how do you do everything you do? Just talk to me about. Someone says the network is great. Okay, we're back. Network is still okay on the next side. Okay, please use the best network. I wanted to start marketing my network, but let me not do that, right? That's just a joke. Okay, so I said I need this book to get out. I have 3 weeks. It's a literally impossible task, but how can I draw from my history of how I've written books before? How can I draw from my history, from my knowledge of what my energy cycles are and what my energy sources are and what my emotions look like in this season and how I can strengthen my body and my mind and what brings out my best creative juices? I know these things because I am a student of myself. Some of you are so busy studying other people that you don't even know who you are. I know what works for me. I know what can push me to result. I know how I can put myself under creative pressure to get out my best juices flowing. I know. Right? So guess what? In 3 weeks, I actually pushed out a 400-page book. Of course, there was a strong anointing of the Holy Spirit over me. But after he anointed me and he put the vision in my heart, I knew enough of myself to create an architecture that delivered that result. Do you understand this? I hope this is clear to you, right? So self-knowledge is about studying myself so much that I am able to leverage myself. To be able to leverage yourself is to put yourself within an architecture or a system or a framework that ensures you deliver maximum results in your life. Let me tell you what, you often think about how you can use things to get to where you're going. You need to start to think about how you can maximize yourself to get to where you're going. The reason it's important to maximize yourself is you are actually the person you've got. You are the most important asset in any investment that you want to make in your life. Your business, you are critical to it. Your vision, you are critical to it. Your parenting, your motherhood, you are a critical part. Your marriage, you're a critical part. Your career, you're a critical part. So you can't just keep thinking about, I need money. I need to go to school. I need education. All these things are great, but you need to leverage you. You are an asset. And the more you understand how to put yourself in the place that makes your best juices flow, make your best creativity flow, make your best strengths flow, you begin to be maximized. Let me tell you one other reason why it is important to know yourself so well. Listen to me. Every knowledge is subjective. Even universal principles will require integration into your own framework to work. So what I mean is 5 people can attend a money seminar. And in that seminar, the coach talks about different investment pathways. Do you know, even though all the investment pathways are great, yes, Amarchi says maximize yourself to get where you're going. I'm the greatest asset in any investment. Brilliant. I love it. I love it. I love that you're repeating this. Brilliant. So good. Right? So let's say we all sit in that class and they begin to talk to us about investment streams or investment vehicles. All these investment vehicles are powerful. They produce results. They are great. And they have their own unique risk structure. They have their own unique investment timing and cycles. They have their own unique interest rates and payouts. Do you know, if I sit in that room, I'm likely to maximize a certain investment vehicle or the other better than someone who doesn't know herself. Because I know myself well, I know my risk appetite well, I know the demands in my life, I have an understanding of my financial structure and my expenditure profile, and I know how long I'm able to put in money into any investment. This understanding will power my decision making. So we're receiving the same kind of information, but what I can do with it is also very dependent on self-knowledge. Do you understand this? So self-knowledge is the first way to move your life forward. The greater your self-knowledge, the better for you to be able to produce results with yourself. You are the production center of your life. You are like a factory of ideas. So go to all the school you want to go to, and that is great, and I will teach you how to use it. Roll with all the best crowds you want to roll with. Find a mentor. Do all these things. If you don't know you, you are not going to be able to convert knowledge to action. And that's what you guys keep asking me about. How can I do? How can you do when you don't even know you? Right? So let me run you through 5, and there could be a lot more, but let me share with you 5 critical triggers or streams under self-knowledge that you have to begin to pay attention to. You have to pay attention to your strengths and your weaknesses. Now, I know that sounds so basic, but you see, if you're going to move your life forward, you have to go back to the basics. These things are real. These things work. You must know your strengths and your weaknesses. I'm not great at admin. And that's why I have someone like Moradi in my life. And that's why those who work with me must improve their admin skill or come with excellent admin skill. I'm a visionary, so I see the end picture. But breaking it down into small steps, it's a lot of work. Have I gotten better over the years? I have, but it will never be my highest strength. Do you understand this? So as you're looking at me, some of you are actually saying, wow, see how DK is speaking with so much passion. I like the way DK speaks. I'm leveraging my strengths. There are things you can do that I can do, but I'm not trying to do those things. I'm doing the things that I was born to do, and that's why it seems like I shine at them. I don't do everything. So what's your strength, right? Amarachi says, Mama, how can I practically understudy myself? And we're going to come to questions very soon. So know your strengths and weaknesses. Know your vision, passion, and interests. Now, for vision, I don't even want to make it go deep. I'm not trying to go deep with you. I'm just asking you, write in your journal and take some time to think about it when this webinar is over. Ask yourself in your journal, paint the picture of your ideal life. What's your ideal life going to look like, right? Where would you be working? When would you resume? When would you close? Would you work from home? How would your home office look like? What type of marriage would you have? How would the relationship be? How much time will you spend with your children? What will your ideal weight be? What kind of meals would you be eating? What will your relationship with God look like? How many hours of Bible study would you have? Just play around. Write 5, 10 pages, whatever, or write a line, whatever. But have an idea of your ideal life. What kind of life would you step into and you're going to be like, this is my best life. I'm living my best life. I'm living my life like it's golden. Women don't even know that. Women just say to me, things have to get better than this. Things have to get better, but what does better mean to you? Guess what? The clearer the idea of your future is in your mind, the more likely you're going to get there, because you will know what you are looking for and you will know what you are not looking for. Right? So you have to know your strength, your weaknesses. You have to know your vision, the vision of your ideal future. What interests you? What even interests you beyond what you do today? What would you love to do? You also have to understand your energy sources and your energy cycle. When are you at your sharpest? When are you at your weakest? Some of you try to, let's say you have an idea to run a second business. So you say to yourself, because one coach said it online, you now say to yourself, when I get back from work, after the children have gotten to bed, I will now be up from 11 to 2, working on my side gig. Whereas based on your energy cycle, that is when you are at your weakest. That is when your body is crying for sleep. Do you even understand yourself? Do you understand your body? Do you understand what gives you strength? Do you understand what triggers sadness, anger, or weakness in your heart? Right? You also understand, you need to understand the impact your background and your past experiences have on you. If you came from a very poor background, your first job is not trying to read about investment and making money. Your first job is fixing your money mindset. Because whether you like it or not, if you constantly were surrounded by an environment that spoke of pain, poverty, and lack, it is ingrained in your mind. It's an imprint in your mindset, and your mind doesn't understand abundance. So you have to retrain your mind. That's a reality. So the first thing is not trying to put money in investment. You just find that even when you make $1 million, you're still going to be back to a certain account balance. So if you're listening to me and your account balance always oscillates around a certain figure over the years, there's a pattern that you have to break, and it's in your mind, right? So know your strengths, your weaknesses, know your passions, your ideal vision for life, know your energy sources, know the impact of your background, and also understand your belief systems and the ones that are crippling you. Now, these are things that I teach in the Immerse Inner Circle, and I'm going to be making an invitation to you at the right time. And this is not me trying to sell something to you. This is me trying to show you that I know for real, and I can help you really, really fix your self-knowledge. If you've ever taken a course with me called Immerse 30-Day Transformation Challenge, one of the things I fix for you is your understanding of who you are. Do you see? So that's that about self-knowledge, okay? And this is the point where I want you to write out to me. If anything has struck you the most about self-knowledge, you can write that out to me in the comment section. Or if you want to say, really DDK, I don't really know myself, you can write that out. If you want to say, listening to you now, I'm excited to say I know myself to a great degree, please write that down also to me, right? So let's run along to the second thing I want to share with you, and that is systematic action. Systematic action of the three pathways is where people are weakest, okay? Isaiah says, but it's even okay to sell it because it changes life. Oh, thank you. Isaiah says, hey, you have permission to sell Immerse Inner Circle because it changes life. Thank you for that feedback. And coming from a visionary like you, I'm so excited. Okay, Tony Oguntuyi says, please, can you really repeat the last point? The last point I shared with you is you have to understand your belief systems and your mindset and the impact that they are having on you. And I can help you flip your belief system. I can help you. I can do that for you, right? I can do that for you. So it's also understanding how you are thinking and how your thinking is impacting on your life, right? Some of us have very stinking belief systems. And one of the courses that I'm just recently launching in the Immerse Inner Circle, I'm also sharing belief systems that can cripple you. And a course we already have is called Mindset Makeover, which is one of our most loved courses. And it talks to you about mindsets to lose and mindsets to gain. So you really also have to understand the belief system you have, how you view life. Some people view life like war. Some people view life like a contest. Some people view life like a battle they've already lost. Some people view life like a magical abstraction, like que sera, sera, whatever will be. Oshams, you want to say something? Oshams? Okay, sorry, just confirming my staff and I are great, right? So people have different kinds of belief systems and it impacts on their outcomes in life. Some people believe they will win and they win. Some people believe things are rigged against them and it always like that, right? So let's run along to systematic action. I think I need to put on like, apologies guys. Oshams, please can you come in? I need to put on the light. Thank you, the light. Fantastic. Ooh, so good. So light is so good. Gosh. Gosh. Can you see me better, guys? Wow. Okay, so let's talk about systematic action. This is where women are weakest, raised to power, weakest, right? People don't know how to take action systematically. In the personal transformation pathway matrix I created, it is called rapid execution. People don't know how to take action. Women don't know how to take action. So let's say you are great on self-knowledge. If you are not great on systematic action, you are not going to move your life forward. Mojola says, listening to this makes me realize the way I'm wired isn't a disadvantage. I just need to discover my strengths and weaknesses and leverage on myself. Good. So good. So systematic action, give me a moment. Trying to confirm. Great. Okay. So systematic action is actually the winner in your life. If you get systematic action right, you are going to be thanking me for a long time. It's actually like, it's so powerful that I could spend a year talking about it. Now, I love to call myself the doability queen, right? And doability is my coinage for the ability to do. everyone has the ability to do, but not everyone knows how to leverage themselves and their unique abilities to do, because we are doers in different ways, right? So if you have self-knowledge, I also need to show you that systematic action is definitely an important part of your life. Systematic action is what really gets you moving with your life. And that is why the moment I move women quickly into systematic action, even if it's one thing I'm showing them to do, things start to change quickly. Husbands start to call me and they're like, Didike, what did you do to my wife? She's a totally different person. People don't know how to take action. If you don't know how to take action systematically in your life, you are going to become cynical. So if you're listening to me and you're cynical, you are snotting your nose, you're rolling your eyes, you're like, yeah, right, I've heard that before. It's because you don't take action a lot. Now, if you don't take action a lot, you are going to know so much. You will have self-knowledge. You may also have read books. You may have attended seminars. You may have paid for courses, and you're going to feel defrauded. So you're just going to be cynical. You're going to be like all these people and all the things they concoct, because you've never tested it. You need to start testing stuff. Let me tell you why you need systematic knowledge, so you don't become cynical. Because when people become cynical, they close the access to new wisdom in their lives. If you agree and you know what I'm talking about, just tell me. Someone says, please, ma, repeat what you said about doability. Okay, what I said about doability is it is my coinage for the ability to do. And everybody has the ability to do, but we do differently, right? Meaning that everybody has in them capacity to execute, capacity for action, but you must still leverage on who you are naturally to do. So let me give you an example. Some people are planner doers. Some people are partner doers. As an example, meaning that some people, before they can take action, they must really have a clear roadmap that breaks down step by step what they want to do. Some people, they take better action when they find a collaborator to work with them. So everybody's a doer. Everybody has the ability to do, but you still need to understand how you are wired so you do your own way. Do you understand that, Bridget? I hope that helps you, right? Fantastic. Okay, Eva says, understanding your energy cycle stood out for me. Toyosi says, becoming cynical when you are an information junkie who never takes action. Yes to that. She gets me. So systematic action is critical so you don't become cynical, because when you become cynical, new wisdom will continue to evade you. When you become cynical, you actually shut the door to new wisdom. And when you don't have new wisdom, you're going to actually start to shrink. It's new wisdom that keeps us afloat. It's like oxygen. We keep breathing in and out. We keep, just flowing, going along. Even if you feel like your life is not where it should be, you keep moving. You're just moving. You're moving. Do you see? So it helps you from being cynical. The second reason you need systematic action is that it increases your confidence, and your confidence makes you achieve more. Let me explain this to you. The only reason I could successfully, with the help of God, of course, write a 400-page book in 3 weeks is because actually I've written 14 other books. So I could also build a sense of confidence from former success. Do you understand? When you see an extremely confident woman who says, let's go, we can do it, it's because she's connecting her dots backwards, and she's basically saying, if we could do that before, we can do it again. It's the very same strategy David used for Goliath, or for conquering Goliath. He said, the same God who's helped me kill the bears and the lions and all of that is going to help me bring this Philistine's head down. Do you understand? Systematic action increases the likelihood of success, because systematic action over time grows your confidence, and with confidence, you are likely to succeed. Is this clear to you? Okay? Yeah. Ikelua says, I'm more of the collaborative structure type person. But DDK, doesn't that show a lack of confidence? No, that's just the mindset, Ike. No. Some people are partner doers. That's how they are wired. Do you understand? That's how they are wired. I actually have a close friend. She'll be like, DDK, I'm willing to pay you. Let's do this thing together. So I partner with her on a lot of things, because she said, I need to ride on your energy. That's how she's wired. And it's not a problem at all. Do you understand? Fantastic. So that's great. I can see a number of your comments. We're capturing them. Ebon says, why do we work better as partners and not starters? Because that's how you're wired, and there's no wiring that is better than the other. Do you understand? So if you're wired that way, the important question will start to be, how can I find my collaborators? How can I find my partners? And I have a whole roadmap for that also, which you would fall in love with. If you remember the inner circle, you already know what we call the game powers. It's 10 different kinds of relationships and how you can access them, right? So systematic action increases your confidence. Another reason you need systematic action, and I'm going to show you that in a bit, is that action is not good enough. It is system in action and action in system that produces real results. I'm going to break that down a bit more. What I'm saying to you is, it's not good enough that you have one-offs where you go and do something and like, oh, I'm serious now, I'm going to do this thing. You're going to tire out, right? When you are propelling in the direction of a vision, you are actually going uphill. It's going to get tiring after a while, right? So if you don't have a system, a working system that you've created in your life that helps you do over a period, you're going to get tired. So action is not enough. And that's why I didn't just tell you about action. It is action that is organized within a system. So let me tell you what I'm saying again, using the book example. The moment I was ready to write the book, and I said, I have 3 weeks, this is an impossible task. Okay, let me show you something. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but maybe it's just going to help you connect a little bit more with what I'm trying to say to you. Let's see if I find it. Oh gosh, I'm not sure I can find it right now. Okay, I find it. You won't be able to really read it, right? You really won't be able to read it. But over here, I was basically saying on the 28th of September that God, it's an impossible task to actually write this book, but I'm counting on your help, right? I could screenshot that and send to you. Yes, Faith Obodo, there's going to be a replay. Don't worry. So if your battery goes out, I got you. So when I was ready and I started each of the chapters, okay, I outlined each of the chapters. Chapter 1, this is what I want to cover. Chapter 2, all through. The next thing I did was I created a writing calendar over that 3-week period. I said, based on writing in the past, how many hours or days will it take me to complete a chapter or 2 chapters or 3 chapters? And then I blocked off time. After that, I set it on my alarm that goes off telling me you must begin to write the next chapter now. Do you see? Next thing I did was I changed my environment. I booked a quiet retreat venue, and I was there almost every day working from there. So that I didn't even work in my home office. I didn't even come to any of my offices. I went away, so no human being can knock my door. No human being can see me, basically. Do you understand? I created a system, right? Chelsea, I love how you're saying it. Organized action within a system is what brings about continuous doing. Almost like having a funnel. So good. So you need systematic action. If you are able to create a system in your life that works, that pushes you to do, because doing is good on the days you feel like it. What of the days you don't feel like it? It's a system that helps you keep doing it. Now, what I'm even going to do for you is I'm going to send you the link to the blog of one of my beloved proteges, who's also a coaching client, Ezia Habola Geolojo. There are a few blog posts she's made about creating a system in your life that I believe will also give credence to some of the insights I'm sharing with you today. And don't worry, when we're done, I'm also going to send you a few templates that will be useful, a few resources you can work with. So systematic action, let me take you through some of the key components of systematic action. Let me know you're still with me. So say yes, talk to me about systematic action. Put that up, let me see. Just give me some of your ginger again. Say yes, talk to me about the contents of systematic action. I love it. So good, so good. Okay, I'm waiting. When I get yes, talk to me about it, I'm going to go ahead to start talk about it. Okay, I didn't care says yes, let's go. Let's go talking about some more insights you need on systematic action. Okay, I'm waiting for a few more of you. Good. Talk to me about systematic action. Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready for you. Thank you, Faith, Kemi, Bolanle, Adenike. Okay, so let's talk a bit more about some of the things you should be paying attention to under systematic action. The first big one is your daily routine. Many women don't have a daily routine. They wing it. Now, there's some system in it because they wake up at a certain time and then they get into the bathroom, prepare the kids' meal, they do school runs, or they put them in the school bus, they run to work. Or some are entrepreneurs and they're just on their grind. Sometimes they work till 4 a.m. and then they go to bed and wake up till 9 a.m. They're just literally being swayed by the wind. You would have some result with it, but it's not going to take you the epic upgrade you're looking for. A daily routine means that you have a system that ensures you do some things every day, some things that you truly believe matter to the future you have in your mind. You must do them consistently on a daily basis, And there's some things you don't need to do on a daily basis. You do them on a weekly basis. There's some things you don't do on a weekly basis, you do them on a monthly basis. So a person who is saying, I want to clean out my finances because I'm in debt or I spend anyhow, I'm an impulsive spender and I don't have savings, they will have what are they called now? They will have financial bookkeeping session, maybe twice a month, where they're looking at their income, their bank statement, and they're organizing their expenditure. And they would have let's say, standing order to transfer money out of their account on the first of every month to a different account or something like that. Do you see? So daily routine, weekly routine, monthly routine, routines are definitely something you must consider if you're going to be able to get into systematic action. It's extremely important. Let me also talk to you about the need for new habits. Habits is the real definition of systematic action. Habits are the things that you do based on so much practice that it has become second nature. So if you want to shift your outcomes, you must shift your habits. There are things that you are doing that are holding you back. And there are things that you are doing that are helping you move forward. You must make a habit of the things helping you move forward, and you must give up on the things that are holding you back. So let me give you an example. In the past, maybe about 3 years ago, would it be 3 years ago? 2013, 2014 is 5 and 6 years ago. Sorry, I've been fasting. So maybe my calculation has flown out of the window. But 2013, 2014, 5 years ago, I was struggling a lot with not feeling like I measured up to contemporaries who had international education, right? I was getting briefs and I was traveling out a lot into fellowship programs. So when people introduced themselves, I was constantly seated in the room with people who went to Harvard and Stanford. And here was I just had a degree from OU. So I was so beaten down by it that I felt crippled by it. What I started to do every single morning till it became a mental habit was I created an affirmation about the fact that degrees are great, but actually I've been certified even before I chose to have a degree. Like I was born with a mission. My mission has a platform. My platform is looking out for me, and there'll be opportunities to give my gifts to the world without being crippled by what I don't have. So I started to declare those affirmations till I noticed something happened. When I met people, regardless of what they said about themselves to me, I'll be so proud of them, but it will not touch me at all. Mental affirmation had shifted me. It had become a habit in my mind that my first, even till today, no matter who you are, because I'm constantly in these closed door meetings with big wigs, no matter who you are, I step in like I own the room and I don't have to walk at it like, oh my God, what do I have? What don't I have? It has become a habit. I'm just so secure. The affirmations always just well up in my heart. Like, it's great to meet these fantastic people, but I'm a powerhouse myself. They're so privileged to meet me, right? And that's the vibe that comes out, and they always get a sense of what I've been gifted with as well, right? So you have to pay attention to, as far as systematic actions are concerned, you have to pay attention to your daily routine. You have to pay attention to your habits. There's a book I am happy to give to you. I can recommend it that can help you change your habits in 25 days. I use it. It's changed my life, and I can recommend that to you. Hey, by the way, if you didn't register for the webinar so I don't have your email, remember to just put it here in the comment section. We'll collate it so you can get all the templates and resources that I'll be sending afterward. You have to pay attention to a structure in your life, a working structure. Let me tell you for free, the areas of your life where you're struggling the most are the areas where you have the weakest structure. So you have caregivers and nannies at home who help you with your children. Is there a structure of what they should do every day? You have staff who work with you at work. Is there a structure of what they should do per month, right? You have a relationship with God that you really want to build. Is there a study structure? Do you have a scripture study structure where per month, these are the chapters I will cover, or these are the characters of Bible I will study based on the areas where I'm facing my spiritual weaknesses? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So you need a working structure, and you need to aid yourself with timetables, printed documents, alarms, whatever is going to help you get your action going. You definitely want to pay attention to that. The third thing I want to talk to you about under systematic action is an investment in knowledge. This is actually an action step. Let me tell you what, this one, I've seen it happen in my life and it has changed my life. The reason we invest in knowledge is not really about what they want to tell us. It is about what we will hear in our own spirits because of what they are telling us. Let me break this down. So I run a membership, isn't it? I run a membership, the Inner Circle. And to facilitate the success of my work, in running a membership, I also belong to a membership for memberships. And I pay a lot of dollars every month to stay on it. And my husband's asked me before, you are already doing so good with your own membership. Why are you here? What are they telling you? Not everything they are saying to me, Isaiah, I'm going to give you the book for sure. I'm going to give you the book. You'll get it in an email to me. So if you didn't register, remember to put it here. It's changed my life, right? So he says, my husband says, why are you really on the membership? You're doing good. And not everything they say to me in the membership is new to me. But here's what, every time I'm listening to a course on the membership, or I'm in their live program, attending a webinar, or I'm reading a material, ideas that are organic to me, that we're locking somewhere in the wisdom well within my heart will begin to float up. The easiest way to make you understand this, you go to church, pastor begins to preach a message. You're writing in your journal, but if I open your journal, many times it's not even past what pastor was saying you wrote. It's the ideas that start to bubble up as you listened to pastor. Isn't that true? Exactly. Investment in structure. Investment, apologies. I was reading Taiwo Jackson's question, right? Okay, TB says, what platform is this? It's called Immerse Inner Circle, and I'm going to talk to you about it in a bit. It's my baby. It means the world to me, and I'll be happy to welcome you on board, right? Investment in knowledge is key because as you allow wisdom into your life, other people's wisdom will begin to stir wisdom in you, and you're going to know what to do. You are going to know what to do. Your own wisdom will come alive in you and you're going to know what to do. This is an important action that you must commit to taking in your life. Finally, under systematic action, you need to begin to set goals so you can execute goals. One of the big reasons you are not executing your goals is because you are not setting them. And some of you are setting them, but the wrong way. Right? Some of you attended a vision board seminar at the start of the year, but nothing on your vision board has happened to you because your vision board does not really reflect the vision in your heart. You just cut out people's picture. Goal setting will be weak. That is why these things go hand in hand. So under systematic action, I've said to you, you have to pay attention to your daily routines. You have to pay attention to your habits. You have to pay attention to a working structure in different areas of your life, especially where you feel weakest. You have to pay attention to investing in knowledge, books, courses, join the inner circle, grow insight, ask yourself questions, but invest in knowledge. And then you have to set goals so you can execute goals. And I'm also so excited to show you more about what you can do with setting the right goals, the type that will move you to action. So for example, when you set goals that require the active participation of other people, for it to be fulfilled. That's a goal outside your locus of control. And many of us set goals that way. That's why they never get accomplished. If you set goals that stretch you beyond your willingness to try, your goals must stretch you, but they must not be unattainable. They must not be too imaginary that they become intangible. For example, you have 400K in your account and you're like, this is my year of making $400 million. Oga, chill out, right? Do you see? So those are some things that happen to goal setting and they make them unaccomplishable. So I've shared with you two pathways. I want to run on to the last pathway so I can take a few questions. So shoot out in the comment section. DDK, give it to me. Talk to me about synergistic relationships. Relationships that create synergy. Synergy. So let's do it. Who's ready for that? Airborne stroll. Oga, chill out, chill out, chill out. Right, who's ready for that? Who's ready for synergistic relationships? Let me know if you're on board and you're ready for synergistic relationships. Who's on board? Who's ready for synergistic relationships? I'm basically waiting for you. Shoot out at me. Bonale is ready to go. Adenike is ready to go. Ebon is ready to go. Yes, yes, yes. Damilola is ready to go. Fantastic. I'm ready for you. So let's do this again. Synergistic relationships. I feel like women often do quite well here. So you can start to draw some of the insights I will share with you about this pathway and merge it with what is already going on as far as your self-knowledge and your systematic action are concerned. So what's synergistic relationship really about? Basically, this is what I have come to discover and I'm very, very convinced about. If a woman without a dream, without drive, is placed in a community of people with a dream and with drive, she's actually going to get a dream and a drive. It's powerful. It's so powerful. Communities of courage stir you to move beyond what you know to what you must do. It's powerful. So what I want to teach you today is not just the power of relationships. I want to show you different kinds of relationships that are so critical for you to step into moving your life forward and experiencing meaningful changes and what I call an upgrade in your life. I'm also going to show you a little secret. For those of you who say, DDK, yeah, you're going to talk to me about these relationships now, but I don't have them in my life. I want to show you a little secret about how to flip existing relationships and make them more productive. So you can put that down. That's a powerful wisdom pill I'm giving to you already. As far as your relationships are concerned, you can leverage at least 30 to 50% of existing relationships in new ways to produce new results for you. Let me know if that hits you. Tell me. What do you think about this wisdom pill? It's the biggest miracle I share with women about relationships because many say to me, DDK, I don't have great friends. I don't have visionary friends. I don't have people I can share with. The friends in my life, they don't have somewhere they are going and me, I'm going somewhere. I say there's a secret there. It is possible for you to leverage 20, 30% to 50% of your existing relationships so that it can produce new results in your life. You can leverage existing relationships to produce new results in your life. Your parents, your siblings, your friends, your spouse, your children. I'm telling you, right? If I want to do something, if I want to commit to something, I just tell my daughter about it. She's going to hound me down, my first daughter, till I get it done. So I'm leveraging her in a new way. I said to her, I have a book that has to be launched 26th of October. Please encourage me to pay attention and to write this book. Oh my God, she definitely did that. And when I was done, I said to her, we did it, we made it. Thank you for reminding me every single day about my goal, right? So it is possible, it is so possible for you to leverage existing relationships to produce new types of results in your life, right? So let me talk to you about synergistic relationships. When you have the right community, when you are set within the right communities of people who have a dream and who have drive, in listening to their own stories and tagging along with them, you are very, very likely to find your drive and to begin to do in your life as well, right? So I want to open you up to 5 very important factors that you have to pay attention to, and 5 relationships that you have to pay attention to, which you can start to leverage so that you can move your life forward, right? So I'm going to be looking up at the board again, but I got you. I'm here with you. The first are happy friendships, people that you call your safe space, your happy space, your gist partners. Some of you are so serious, you're looking for all your friends to become your visionary partners, your accountability partners, or your project collaborators, and that is not going to happen, right? Don't throw away friendships where you just have fun, hang out, go on dates, pray together, simply because you feel like they are not relevant to your vision. They're relevant to your vision. Listen to me. A visionary woman who feels loved, who is happy, who has people she can talk to, is a woman who is more likely to accomplish her dreams. So as you see me, so I'm speaking English, I'm sounding like everything is, all about the vision. But I have friends that I gist with, and it's nothing to do with one big vision. We eat more and assume, we hang out, we play. Thankfully, though, a lot of my happy friendships are also visionary relationships. But I have some, their basic purpose in my life is just for us to hang out and be happy. Do you see? But when I see something good happening in my own life, I share with them and I help them dive on board. Right? Inka Taiwo says, I've been experiencing that lately. Leveraging existing relationships for growth works really well for me. Oh, wow. I love that. I'm happy to hear that you're validating this principle because it works. So you must have happy friendships. You must have people. So if you have existing friendships in your life today that bring a lot of bad energy, bring a lot of gossip, a lot of sense of fear, continue to make you doubt your dreams, you have to reappraise those relationships. I'm not saying get out of it. I'm saying reappraise. What reappraise means is, why is it happening? Am I feeding the negative emotions too? Have I ever had a conversation about how I want to take this relationship forward? Have I outgrown this person? Those are questions that you have to ask. And some of them I've covered in Gain Powers, one of my courses, where I show you a roadmap for how to leverage and maximize your relationships. But you need to have happy friendships. With happy friendships, you fund it with good emotions, with compliments, with love, with gifts. Those are friendships that you need because they keep your heart in a great place, right? They keep your heart in a great place. And when you're stressed out, because those things will happen when you're pursuing a vision, these are people you can reach out to and say, I'm just so tired. I need encouragement. I need love. I need support. I need prayers, right? So you must have happy friendships in your life. Let me tell you a kind of relationship that you don't pay a lot of attention to, but is one of the most powerful relationships that can help you move forward. Guess what it is? Many of you would say mentorship, but it's not mentorship first. The first relationship that begins to push you to do more with your life is people in your life that you pour yourself into. When you've got people in your life that you pour yourself into, who are your proteges, maybe people you are mentoring, teenagers you speak to in church, a community you are building, those who are using your materials, books you've written for others to consume, it challenges you to do more. Let me tell you what, I basically sometimes feel like I'm living my life for immersed inner circle members. I think about them. I think about their challenges. I want to succeed so I can share more original success stories with them, and I can share the wisdom that is working with me with them. So when you have people you are pouring into, it makes you want to go exponential. How many of you have experienced this? It's so powerful. It's so powerful. Don't just think about those you are submitting your life to or people you are submitting to their leadership. Think of people who can submit to your leadership. So if you look around, you stop feeling like this one is a parasite. I'm looking for someone that can move my life forward. Those that look to you like parasites and are coming here, they want to learn, they're asking questions, they can help you. And look, if you look around you and you say, well, I don't have a lot of people like that, go and volunteer. There are many teenage mentoring hangouts you can volunteer to be a part of. There are many fantastic NGOs that go out into the community to create change that you can volunteer for. This will change your life because you're going to look at your life and you're going to be like, I need to do more. I need to be more. Or you're also going to look at your life and feel like, wow, I've actually accomplished a lot. And these are the things that has worked in my life so I can use it to achieve more results. So you also need people you're pouring yourself into. And then, of course, the one that you know so well, you need mentors, you need leaders. But let me tell you something about mentorship. Think about it a new way. Stop feeling like I really don't have people that I look up to that I can have one-on-one with. What about being a member of the inner circle? That's me and you having one-on-one all the time, right? What about reading a mentor's book? That's you and that person having one-on-one all the time. Do you understand this? So stop thinking about just being seated in people's office and asking all the questions you want to ask. Redefine mentorship in your mind because it's going to be so good to help you push into what is next in your life. Also, when you attend events, look out for events where people that matter to you are going to be speaking and improve your networking skills so you can connect with industry leaders, ask questions, take their wisdom and go your way. Not everyone is going to become a paddy, a very close mentor, but you can drink wisdom from sources and move along just the way it matters to you. And then, of course, you also need partnerships and collaborations. I can sit on this one for a year. Let me tell you, Ward, if you are in an industry and you find someone else in that industry that you can do business with, stop trying to achieve your successes alone. Look at what I did with Acceleration Intensive as an example. Now, this course could have held as 7 modules. We did it trying to teach you about money, trying to teach you about mastery, trying to teach you about message, trying to teach you about moves. I may have something to say about each of these 7 matrix. I might have something valuable to share with you. But what you heard from experts who were living the life is definitely more powerful than seeing my face every day, even though I'm quite pretty, right? Can you see the power of that? So there's not need to look at another coach and say, no, I'm doing my thing and I'm not going to contact anyone. I'm just going to do it. I've never believed in it. I've never done it. Partnerships and collaborations move you quicker to your goal. So what's important to begin to ask is, who has something that I need? And how can we do it together? This will change your life. And it takes a great sense of humility as well as a sense of security, knowing that no one is coming to try to steal your idea. And no one is too small for them to bring value to yours. No one is too high up there that you can't share your value with them. Do you understand this? It's also a very important type of synergistic relationship you have to pay attention to. And then, of course, you need accountability partners. Now, this is what I'm going to say about accountability partners. This is the one I feel like you can quickly leverage existing relationships and flip it on its face. Let's say that you have discovered something you believe can really help you. For example, you found an investment pathway, or you found a course, or you found a membership platform, or you found a book you want to read, or you found an NGO you want to volunteer for. Because you believe that it's so useful to help you move forward into your dreams. It's so useful to help you move forward into becoming a better woman. Now, how you do an accountability partnership is you reach out to existing friendships from your network. You're like, who is like me? Who has my type of interest? Who will this benefit? And who will be so thankful to dive on this? Then you reach out to them. You create a WhatsApp group. You're like, guys, let us deepen our friendship. I don't want us just to be playing, gisting alone. I'm signing up for the Immerse Inner Circle, and I want us to sign up together, 5 of us, on this WhatsApp group once every week on Thursdays or Fridays. We're going to hook up on WhatsApp and we're going to review the course that we listen to, and we're going to determine how we're going to work on it. So that is how to use an accountability partnership. It's so good. It's so good. I'm so excited. I love this one, right? Don't just have friendships where you are gisting, talking about the latest guy asking you out or the challenges you're facing in your marriage. It can even be parenting. It doesn't have to be in a circle. Let's say you and 3 friends have 2 children each, and you're always complaining about nanny issues, about structuring your children's meals, about spending time with them, or building a Bible study plan. You can create a WhatsApp group. Say, let's stay together for 3 months and work on our motherhood, work on our parenting. So we're going to read 1 book, take a course, and then we're going to set practical goals and review how we're doing on it. You should do that. It works like magic. How many of you are so excited about this particular idea on how to create accountability partnerships? This is how you can leverage an existing relationship and flip it for greater growth in your life. And you can also do that with your husband or your fiance, actually. I've harassed my husband into so many things I'm doing. He will roll his eyes, but he will do it with me. And that way, we're becoming a stronger team. So I say to him, this is what I'm working on. And then he begins to harass me, literally. How far, and we have strategy sessions, and I do the same with him. So when we go out on our Friday dates, which is sacrosanct, after which we have mind-blowing oshamo, let me not go into that, right? So when we go out on these dates, we don't just eat and talk about how much we love each other. We also talk about what we're working on, which we have become accountability partners on. This is how to also leverage your marriage for greater results in your life, and it's going to bring you guys closer. You're going to feel like you're doing life together and you're doing it in a big way, right? Okay, so I'm going to be taking your questions very shortly. Oshams is going to bring them in soon, and I'll take a few so that we can close out in a few minutes. I've enjoyed spending time with you. Now, a lot of people have been asking in the comment section. Some people have been saying, I can't wait to join the inner circle. And some people have been saying, what's the inner circle about? So this is the point where I actually talk to you about the inner circle, and I'm going to be inviting you to do life with me on an epic level. So the Immerse Inner Circle is my hangout zone, my coaching platform, and my gated membership for women who want to launch a higher version of their lives. So if you've listened to me and you want to step into an upgrade, you truly want to move forward with your life, you want to achieve your results, you want to work with a clear execution roadmap, you want to feast on wisdom, hundreds, because we continue to upload courses, a lot of courses, a lot of ebooks, and coaching squads that allows you work with dedicated coaches that we allocate to you, as well as a community of women. If this kind of thing is interesting for you, and it should be, because it's going to move you forward into getting results, then you should definitely sign up. My inner circle opens just 4 times a year for 10 days, and it's going to open again on the 1st of November. If I have your email, I'm going to be telling you more about it. So be sure to drop it so that I can give you a CD hot. And I'm also going to be keeping a discount for you new members who are joining. Currently, we have hundreds of women from 7 countries in the inner circle, and we open every quarter so that you can dive in. You'll be seeing my face in your life every day, and you're going to have new sets of friends and accountability partners that will help you create goals and help you achieve them. Now, let me talk to you just a little bit about Alexia Hosford, and I put her story a bit in the email that I sent out to some of you. Alexia Hosford is my friend, my very close friend. I love her so much, but her story is so epic to me. Alexia had run a makeup, so beautiful. Someone is blushing about my date with my husband. Yes, small children, don't worry. Right? So Alexia Hosford is my friend. We've been friends for years. I love her so much. And she's run makeup studios in Yaba and VI. And you should check her out. She does the best makeup in Lagos, really. She's good. For many years. But when she stepped into 2019, she said, DDK, I've been carrying a vision in my heart for many years. I want to own my own beauty line that has premium luxury beauty products. And I want to work with you as my coach. So she joined the inner circle, and she joined my doability coaching, where I helped her create a roadmap to execute. Like, I'm the queen of this thing. I've done it for so many people, and I can't wait to do the same for you. So I worked with her creating this roadmap. And look at that. Between February and I think August or September, we actually have been able to launch her beauty line. She's got her own mascara that has her name on it, got her own lipstick, powder, just a whole line of beauty products. And she said, I don't want to ship in from China. I want it to be created for me. Teresi, you're cracking me up. You're not letting me focus, right? So, Bolali, yes, I'm sharing the story with you now, right? So I'm sharing Alexia's first, and I'm going to share mine also. So Alexia said, I don't want to ship in from China. I want to work with one of the top beauty products manufacturers in the world. And that's what we actually got. Raised, thousands of dollars to get these results. And we actually got it done. We got it done. She has a beauty line now. Because any dream in your heart can be accomplished if you work with the right person. And I want you to work with me. I want you to join the inner circle. 1st of November, we go pop, like we go live, and people are going to just dive right in. We have a waiting list of so many women, and I want you to definitely also get on board. Now, let me share my story with you also. My story is a story of basically believing that nothing is impossible. And I'm not even going to give you the full gist. You can go on to my website and see the bio. I share my full story in my bio. But what I want to show you is I run 2 ministries. I'm president at Deborah Initiative for Women, as well as Firebrand Movement. I pastor the Baptizing Church in Lekki. I'm an author of 16 books by this Saturday, because we're having a launch on Saturday, and I will tell you about it in your email as well. I run Immerse Coaching Company, which is what has birthed the Immerse Inner Circle. I also run Ideation Hub Africa, which is a consulting business for small NGOs and social entrepreneurs, as well as international development agencies who work within Nigeria and in Africa. Do you see? I'm a wife. I have 3 children, and I have stepped into cash flows in my business well over $200,000 in the last 3 years, and no kidding at all. So what I want you to understand is, it's just small me. It's just me, an everyday woman like you, but I'm using some of these principles, and they are changing my life. I believe they can change your life too, but you have to make that investment. And one of the things I love the most about the inner circle is it is so decently priced, because I don't want you to say money is what held you back. For 3 months, you get to pay 15,000 naira. I know people ask me all the time, like, what are you doing with that? Now, I have different packages, but there's a basic package that gives you access to everything as well, right? The courses, the ebooks, the coaching scores, all the engagements, the conference at the end of the year, for just that amount. So this is your investment to change your life, change your network, change your belief system, acquire the knowledge you need, and begin to run, because you are possible. Absolutely, you are possible. You the most. Just share with me, and I'm definitely excited to hear from you. Oshams, let's take a few questions. You send them to WhatsApp? Okay, good. Okay, guys, so I'm going to look at a few questions now as we begin to tie this up, right? I've had a great time. So don't forget, I'm still waiting to hear from you as far as your light bulb moments are. What struck you the most? I want to hear that, okay? Someone said, how can I practically understudy myself? Practically understudy myself. I'll share with you 3 things, but really the biggest one is get into the inner circle and start with what I call the Immerse 30-Day Transformation Challenge and the Immerse Life Clarity course. You will know yourself like a book. It's good. But a few things that can help you that I recommend a lot: have thinking retreats, times that you dedicate in a day or a week or a month, where you step aside and review your life, appraise yourself. I have a number of resources that I also give out to women to just help you on the process of answering questions about yourself. Get a journal and start to journal almost every day. If you can do it every day, almost every day. Start to ask yourself about yourself, and also ask for feedback from people who know you and who can be so honest with you. Okay, I'm also waiting for your light bulb moments, some of the things that have struck you the most, and I'll be happy to listen to you share that with me. Okay, I'm also looking at another question here. Eunice Adeniro says, what's the vision for my ideal life? Should I answer this with a duration in mind? 2 years, 5 years, 20 years? Yes, try to answer with a duration in mind, and always start with 5 years first, because it gives you some good time to see how much I can do and become in that time, but also drill down to 2 years, but start with 5 years first, because it gives you a picture of what you can work with. Okay? Someone said, DDK, what if you meander between the two, as in you are a planner doer in a season, and another time you are a partner doer? What can you say about that? Yes, that happens to me. I've been in seasons where I was a planner doer. I've been in seasons where I was a partner doer, right? So it's about always studying how you are changing in seasons and surrounding yourself with the resources that you need in those new seasons, okay? That would always be also very helpful for you. So if you are in a season, and sometimes not about seasons, sometimes about project types. So I may find that I'm such a strong planner doer with my immerse coaching project, and I'm more a partner doer as far as my ministry projects are concerned. I want to work with the team. I want to work with my leaders. Do you see? So it's understanding the nature of the project and the nature of the season, and then go for what you really need based on how you're oscillating. The world was made for you to conquer it, so no problem. Someone says, Demilade Aremo, thank you for this question. DDK, so how do I create systematic actions? Okay, she said, so I do systematic actions, e.g. my reading plans, but sometimes I don't get the final results I desire. Such a powerful question. Yes, that's possible. When you are creating systematic action, you don't create action based on what you read or what someone told you to do or what you think might work. You create systematic action based on the end in view. So when I'm creating a writing plan, I actually say, how many hours will it take to write a chapter? How many days will it take to write a chapter? So how many weeks would I need to write 10 chapters? Something like that. Do you understand this? You must always have the end in mind. Now, when you are not sure what system you should create for an end in mind, you should ask people who have a similar result. So if you've never written a book, you have to ask an author of a 200-page book. I want to write a book about 150, 200 pages. How did you write it? And you could ask 5, 6 people for you to begin to craft an understanding of how, I'm trying to see what's happening with my chat. Okay. So I'm unable to connect to my chat for now, but be sure that I'm here with you. Let's see that. Okay, hopefully it comes back on so I can read your chats. But that's what you do. You must always work with the end in mind, right? Someone said, Damilola Aroyemu, how do spontaneous people keep to a routine? I'm a bit nervous about failure to keep to the routines. Oh, I'm a bit nervous about how failure to keep to the routines will become disempowering. There's a whole schooling for spontaneous people, and I got you in the Immerse Inner Circle. But one easy way for a spontaneous person is to get accountability partnerships. If you get accountability partnerships, the likelihood is higher that you're going to be able to get the results you're looking for. Someone said, how do we get the audio version of Acceleration Intensive so we can listen again and again? I believe that a lot of the audios for the courses, for the modules of Acceleration Intensive are on. I would also ensure that you have all the other audios, which you have access to up until the end of this month. By 1st of November, they will now become content for only members of the Inner Circle. Someone asked me, how do you do all these things? Someone said, how do you do all these things? Primarily, I'm working with how I'm wired. I'm wired to be able to carry many things. Not everyone is, but if that's how you are wired, your heart will keep calling you for more. Your heart will keep calling you to help, your generation in other ways. Do you see? And if you are wired for it and you use the right system, you're going to be able to succeed at it. So those are some of the questions you've asked, and I've been able to give you my thoughts and my answers on them. I hope this has been so valuable for you. I've enjoyed sharing time with you today. And if you put out your email addresses, be sure that I will be in touch with you. And I can't wait till the next time that we get to share again. Thank you so much for being on board today. Thank you so much for taking time out to do this with me. I love you so much. Don't forget that what you should do for me now is to give me feedback on my IG at Debola Dejikurumi on Instagram. Please go to my latest post where I was talking about the webinar and let me know how your experience has been. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon. Thanks a lot.